The left is on point 24 hours a day with its message. They never miss an opportunity to advance their narrative and never miss a chance to show they're right, at least in their minds. And they never, ever break ranks. They sound like they're reading from the exact same script almost every single day because, well, they probably are. They come at us from every corner. They never are shy. They never are timid. They are fierce and they are relentless. And they're really well-funded, really well-funded. We're hit with messages that America is bad. Socialism is good. You can pick your gender. Open borders are also good and inclusive. Abortion is health care. Oil's a terrible thing. Farms destroy the planet. And by the way, Joe Biden's a really great guy and an awesome president. And those are just the tip of the proverbial iceberg when it comes to left-wing messaging. Now, I can go through a litany of examples and list dozens of platforms delivering anti-American and anti-God messages all day long, every single day of the year. They flood the zone with left-wing ideas on social media platforms, websites, the few remaining magazines, especially those targeting young people. They're on billboards, movies, and of course, nearly all the pop music and even some country songs, too. You see, it's a full-court press operation. We're being drowned in the far-left message machine that is grinding American and Western culture into a pulp. And it's happening because they're willing to spend everything they have to make it happen, to get the power. Then what are we doing about it? Not very much, I can tell you that. Other than complain and make grand proclamations that this must stop. On the left, they shovel cash into the socialist propaganda machine 24 hours a day. While on the right, we pinch pennies and wring our hands and wonder, why does everything keep getting worse? Why do kids hate America? And my personal favorite, what happened to the country I grew up in? And again, I ask, what are we doing about it? George Soros, Bill Gates, John Kerry, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and all the rest dominate the messaging because they're not afraid to jump in and do whatever it takes to win the PR battle. And mostly that means pumping in the money, lots and lots of money. Billions of dollars, and they do it without asking questions, just to guarantee and keep the messages coming and our young people, among others, getting submersed in it. So much so that they can hardly come up for air. And that's the point. Control the messaging to the youngest people that are coming up to vote and ensure that they vote for the globalist machine. Only one person in recent memory has stood up with a pile of cash to fight back and give us a chance to at least be heard. That, of course, Elon Musk. But he's just one guy. We need an army of small, medium, and large donors that are willing to invest their money in saving this nation by changing the narrative. Pretty simple, really. The battle lines have certainly been drawn, and yes, it's all about politics, every single bit of it. You see, we are at war. We're at war. And while those on the left are crystal clear about that fact, it seems many on the right still don't get it. For example, when abortion is on the ballot, the left spends truckloads of cash, while those on the right stand on the moral high ground and yell, but refuse to spend more than a few nickels. And then we have the nerve to wonder why we keep getting creamed on Election Day? Please. Oh, I don't know, maybe because the tightwads that claim to be on your side and our side are more interested in keeping all the money to themselves, America be damned, or maybe this, they're not really on our side. I think it's probably a bit of both. How about some more examples? You see, I know a few people that are decamillionaires and some that are far better off than that, who can easily afford to contribute significant amounts of money, and they certainly talk a lot and complain plenty about the state of things in America right now. But instead of chipping in, and I see this all the time, instead of chipping in, they make excuses as to how their money won't really make a difference, won't change anything out anyway, so why do it? Well, I'm damn glad the founding fathers and mothers of this nation didn't have that attitude. No, you see, they pledged everything they had in pursuit of freedom. Many died penniless as a result. Many of them just outright died in the fight for freedom. In this way, it looks to me more often than not anymore that those on the left are willing to make the ongoing financial sacrifices it takes to win elections at every level. They're willing to give what they can, and many give what they cannot afford, but believe that giving until it hurts is the only choice they have. They are true believers. And honestly, my friends, I don't see that intensity level from the right. I see people that want to try to do things different, go a different direction, which almost always means going the direction of losing. Here's a question for you. What is the last conservative ballot initiative in your state, anywhere, in your state that you remember winning? Think about that. Does one even come to mind? I'm not talking about candidates. I'm talking about ballot initiatives, ballot measures, proposals. Is there a conservative one that comes to mind that won anywhere around you anytime in recent memory? Think about it. These left-wing campaigns take small donations from millions of people and big donations from a few to fuel their relentless narrative. They dominate the conversation because they don't pay lip service for what they want. They pay for it in cash outright and keep winning at the ballot box as a result. No wonder we keep getting kicked right in the teeth. We all talk about wanting to save America, but nobody wants to risk too much of their own fortune to make it happen. They don't want to work hard and raise the money to pay the freight of getting that done. And how is it that billionaires on our side, and yes, there are many, clutch their fortunes like pearls and are too afraid to fight back? Whilst on the left, they churn out billions and raise billions more without fear. I started this conversation earlier today trying to figure out why we keep losing. And along the way, I guess I figured it out. We talk a lot, but we fail to compete when it comes to paying the freight to be heard. And to convince people we have a better argument, because we do. We do. My friends, I'm sorry, too many of us are too timid with our money, or too cheap. Either way, we keep coming up short on the money. The left doesn't seem to have that problem. Why is that? I mean, why are we talking about standing up for the Constitution when we won't even ask people to get on board and help us pay to get the message out? Good thing Jesus wasn't that timid, huh? And that's not to say it's all bad. There is one man literally putting his life on the line right now. That man is Donald Trump. Whether he intended to or not, he has exposed a lot of the corruption that sat beneath the surface in the halls of government, woken up millions of Americans along the way, too. He certainly has skin in the game. And in order to beat the left, we're all going to have skin in the game.